Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 10. Now, I made a little mistake and I erased about 15 minutes of what happened. So basically, after they hijacked my ship, they made me an offer and said, we'll forget about the little antiques that you stole in exchange for going undercover against the Crimson Fleet. And it was basically either I take these guys, SysDef, which is kind of like a special operation under like a Pentagon, Office of Defense type of deal, or I could side with the pirates in the Crimson Fleet.
The officers. I've got mob duty now on my birthday. It's gonna suck.
Sorry, man. So yeah, this prick right here is the fella who made me the offer. He's not very nice. She's kind of cool. But anyway, I just wanted to catch you guys up. So now we're working for SysDef, and I'm about to go to Mars to try to ingratiate myself to the Crimson Fleet, to go undercover, Donnie Brasco style. So yeah, now you're all caught up with where we're at. So we missed about 15 minutes of this guy, basically just him being a prick.
We've detached. Let's get out of here.
They say the mines go on forever, as do the contracts.
Listen, my friend, I hate to do it. I know you're going to be upset, but you got to sit this one out. I don't want to get you involved in all this. It's undercover bullshit. You could really put yourself in danger, and I don't want to do that to you. So don't take it the wrong way, okay?
Dust on your shoulder.
I'm sorry.
How dare it try to spoil perfection? Good idea. I'll just be here, pondering your magnificence until your return.
All right, he didn't argue. He said, actually, I don't want to put my life in danger, so thank you. All right. I did not want to get into the weeds of this game this early. You're not bothering me, Waylon. But we kind of been forced into it. We don't have a choice at this point. It's way too early. I don't want to be doing this, going into like big main faction missions. I just did the Vanguard one because we needed to get that perk up for destroying ships a little faster, but they sucked us into this. So we have to finish it now. We're going undercover. We're going undercover. I probably shouldn't wear UC outfit if we're undercover. It's not UC, is it? I look like a pirate in a way. I'd buy it. I remember her. We spoke to her for a second. I didn't know she was working with the Crimson Fleet. She seemed cool.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to Octai. I'm busy.
Okay, maybe she was a bitch. Who's Octai? I thought we did this already.
Bayar. He's the head of our Sidonia branch. If you want to do some trading, he's the one you need to be talking to. I'm busy.
Listen, I brought something that might interest the Crimson Fleet.
Here's an idea. Why don't you shout that louder so everyone at UC Security hears? Either show me what you're trying to unload or get the hell out of here.
Let's talk price first.
I'm not talking price until I know what the hell I'm buying.
Take a look at this sample.
Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got?
Well, if you can't handle it, who can?
All I'm going to point at is the ceiling, with my middle finger. Get that stuff out of here before UC Security catches on.
Damn.
Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit.
1,000 credits. What if I just blow your brains out right
Sure,
here?
go ahead. You shoot me, and the TA will have bounty hunters on your ass before you even get back to the spaceport. Listen, love, I've heard it all. Threats bounce right off. So either cough up the finder's fee or try and sell that shipment on your own.
I think we're playing a good undercover job right here. I'm sure it doesn't matter, but... Fine, here you go.
You know, it's funny. Suddenly, I do remember someone who might be able to unload that stuff for you.
Yeah.
There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brain cells at the Broken Spear. Oh, and it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
I hate to fuck her over. She's semi-cool. Hopefully we won't have to get her in any trouble. But man, I'm gonna be wanted like a son of a bitch by the Crimson Fleet. They are gonna come after me forever. I'm fucking Donnie Brasco, bro. I'm gonna be the rat of the rats. The scum of the fucking earth for Crimson Fleet, but fuck them, they're scum. Adler Kemp.
Unless you're here to serve me another drink, you can turn around and walk away.
Yes, please, be an asshole, because it's gonna make it so much easier for me when the time comes. Look, I heard you might be able to help me move some cargo.
Oh yeah? Well, I don't know who the hell you are. So what makes you think I'm going to help you out?
We're wearing the same outfit. It's perfect. How about this?
Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think every single UC guard in Sidonia heard you.
I just said, how about this?
Okay.
Yeah. See?
I think
Good
we
shit.
can help you with this.
Uh-huh.
If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're
Got
going
enough.
to need to move it fast. But you're going to have to do something for us first.
What? Well, I'll just take the ship somewhere else.
Yeah, sure. If the trade authority won't even deal with the shipment of that crap, where else you gonna go? Just cool your thrusters.
All right. You okay? All
Now
right.
listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who's racked up a bunch of debt. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either way, I want that money back.
All right. I'll just kill him and take the money off his corpse.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on a second.
What?
No one said anything about killing.
What's
All
the
they said
problem?
was,
Are you
"I
even
want my
Crimson Fleet,
money."
bro?
How you handle that is up to you. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around the Deimos miners' quarters. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just look for the most miserable-looking guy in the entire place.
I like that outfit you got on. That's a nice... I don't even know what you would call that thing. Damn, fucking twins. It makes sense for our boy here, or me, I guess I should say, to be wearing a mask. Just in case someone happens to know who he was. He's not a nobody. The adoring fan found him.
At an all-time low around Sidonia.
This fucking bum. I have to try to make sure I don't like any of these people.
Something I can help you with?
God damn. Look, it's rough out here, huh? Adler Kemp sent me to teach you a lesson,
Hey,
fucker.
slow down. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Look, we're both well aware of Adler's temperament. The wisest move right now will be to cooperate. Before I break your fucking knees!
Yes, of course. You're right. Adler's not going to just give up now, is he?
No.
I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Sound good? Yeah?
Sounds not good. Pay now, or I kill you.
Come on! Give me a break! What the... Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. You know? Right?
Look, I'm tired of playing these fucking games.
What games? Why are you doing this to me? I don't have the money.
Do you expect Adler to just forget about the debt? No, look, I get it. You got your orders, I got mine.
Sorry,
Fuck.
but I can't.
I know you have your reasons. I'm just trying to help. No. Look, man. Adler's... Pay up. If not for you, do it for the sake of your family.
How dare you try and threaten my family?
He's gonna hurt you badly if you don't pay him back.
I guess I'm only putting off the inevitable.
I know there's a way to get past this.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yes.
Please, tell Adler I'm sorry for trying to wiggle out of the debt. I didn't have much of a choice.
Subterranean particle detonation imminent.
Oh, did he give it to me? Nice.
And find stable ground or remain seated
Whew,
in the
that's close.
You got what you wanted.
Detonation
Why can't you just leave me in
in
peace?
5.
All right, I'll leave you in peace. He calls this peace. What the hell's going on? Oh! Even the guards are reacting to that shit. What the fuck's going on here?
Particle detonation concluded. It is now safe to resume.
Never forget.
The
There's
fucking...
nothing humanity
The
can
collider's up there.
Around the equipment, don't want to lose an arm.
All right, asshole, I got your money.
Have something for me?
Yeah. Here you go.
There, would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me.
He was.
He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message?
He got the message.
Nice. You're kind of a natural at this. Leaning on deadbeats comes easy to you. I like that. You know,
Just call me
if you like
Rocky.
this kind of work, I can get you more. A lot more.
It's not bad, actually.
You can handle running with my, associates.
If you think they can handle me.
That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Neva Mora. She's second to the big boss himself.
I hope I don't fall in love with her.
Europa. You'll find
Fuck.
her there. I suggest you listen to whatever she has to say. Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too. Don't spend
Nice.
all that cash in one place.
Do I get to keep that? You have anything else to say?
Yeah? What do you want now?
What can you tell me about this chick? Is she hot?
You want to know about Neva, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me think. You ever heard of the galactic cannibalism phenomenon?
What?
See, that's when two galaxies collide.
Oh.
And the bigger one basically swallows the smaller one. Then the bigger one just moves on. It keeps getting bigger and angrier and roams through space looking for other galaxies to absorb. Neva Mora is 10 times worse than that. Don't mess with her.
She's
Don't
Medusa.
give her any bullshit. Don't try and rip her off. And whatever you do,
We're gonna do much worse
better
than
not
that.
betray her, or
Yeah,
she
that's
will
the one.
absolutely swallow you whole, and there won't be an atom left. Other than that, she's all right.
Not worried. So listen, why don't you stop bullshitting and admit you're in the Crimson Fleet?
Let me give you a bit of advice. Don't blurt out crap like that. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because the walls around here have ears, and those ears belong to snitches who run to UC security. Then Adler ends up in the slam. Then, when they finally let Adler go, guess what he does next?
Gets killed
He
by
has
me?
to hunt down the people who are responsible for putting him in that position. And, well, let's say it all gets very, very messy. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, we're gonna have to kill this guy. Are you gonna leave that dude alone?
What, is he your best buddy now?
No.
His debt's been satisfied, and an example's been made. That's all I ever really wanted. Unless he does something stupid, and mark my words, he will. He's got nothing to fear from me, or my associates.
He might be high up on the ladder, this guy. What are you gonna do with all that bullshit I gave you?
What the hell do you think I'm going to do with the stuff? I'm going to flip it and make a ton of money. You think
Yeah,
Carl's
obviously.
booze addiction was bad? These Deimos dusties will blow their entire paycheck to get zoned. Honestly, I consider it a public service. After all, I'm charging them less than a ticket to Neon.
I won't be sad when he gets it.
Good luck with my associates. I'm sure you'll get along.
Big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew.
Damn right I am.
Bet your life on that?
Mm-hmm.
Because the only way out of our organization is with a warhead up your grab drive. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana.
Going after medical supplies.
On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake. I want him dead.
Damn. And why haven't you hunted him down?
There's a lesson in this. I need you to learn what'll happen if you decide to turn your back on the fleet. Consider it your glimpse into a possible, unfortunate future. So you'd better pay close attention.
Yeah, why are we going after medical supplies?
This job isn't about the loot. But I suppose every dog needs its scraps. Keep whatever worthless junk is on that ship. Just remember, the only thing that matters is that Rake dies.
And what options do I have to complete this job?
Kill Rake? That's your only option? If you want my advice, there's only one way to guarantee he dies. Turn the Ragana into space junk. Only way to be sure.
Yeah, forget the casualties. Consider it done.
It's done when Rake stops breathing. Head back here when you're finished. And don't keep me waiting for long.
Okay.
I've been tracking Rake for months. He's making it tough, not gonna lie. He changes his location and identity so often, it's costing me a small fortune just to keep tabs. But you know what? It's worth every damn cred. He's made me look like a fool in front of Delgado, and I'm gonna have his head on a pike. Rake used to run with the fleet. Hell, I'm the one who vouched for him in the first place. Back then he had a different name and a different identity. He was a damn good earner, too. Brought in a ton of creds. Everything was fine until he wanted out. So he ran. And nobody, I mean, nobody, runs away from the fleet.
Where's this fucker? There he is. You have a crewman on board I'm looking for.
All right. And what are your intentions with this crewman?
Impatient. Look, the fleet wants Austin Rake dead. I'd like to board your ship and talk about how to spare him.
Well, normally I would say no, but frankly it will be safer for us that way.
Like that.
All right, you can dock. We will talk then.
Okay. Thank you. First Lady. I'm wearing my pirate gear. Look at them all. Ha!
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece.
Pretty much. I don't know who's listening over comms. This is safe.
That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about?
The fleet want Rake dead, but I want to resolve this without violence.
You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from Manifest, make it so he was never on board. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port.
No, you got to take him to SysDef.
That is fair. We do not want any part of the fleet. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
There he is.
It does not appear you do. Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake was never on ours. And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
Okay. Nice. Everybody suddenly gets peaceful.
I thought we were dead. I can't believe it.
See all the people we spared.
So now what? They're gonna put me in a SysDef prison? I'm not saying it's worse
Maybe.
than death, but it's pretty damn close.
Well, you're lucky you're not dead, bro.
This unpleasantness aside, the people of New Homestead will be grateful for these supplies.
Not gonna blow up a medical ship. Kind of savage
If you
of
ever
mine.
get to the key, you better sleep with one eye open and 2 pistols loaded.
I literally just saved your life, bro. I could kill you right now.
We will make sure Rake's name is taken off the manifest.
Yeah, you better.
And I hope you do not take this the wrong way, but I hope our paths never cross again.
Thank you for letting us go.
You're welcome. At least someone appreciates it.
The people of New Homestead will be grateful for these supplies. I thought we were dead. I can't believe it.
Thank you for letting us go.
That was a nice
I
guy.
thought we were dead. I can't believe it.
We're free and clear for flight.
Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, Rook, wanna help me with some target practice?
Oh, I hate this shit. Ecliptics. Oh god. Quite a few. Nope, that is.
They've lost grav junkie. We tagged their grav drive. Enemy's grav drive repelled.
Damn, bro. Shit's off.
You took out that jump drive.
We need better weapons. And gotta get better fighting.
Their grab drives down. Enemy's grab drive targets jump system. Enemy's propulsion systems offline.
Shit.
They're dead in space. They're not jumping out of here. Their shield system is damaged.
Oh.
Thanks for the help with the Cliptic. I had it under control, but
Yeah.
it definitely went faster after you jumped into the fight. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news, then we can go celebrate.
Let's celebrate. He's dead.
No kidding. That'll make Delgado happy, seeing as our hands are clean. I would have preferred if you hadn't left witnesses behind, but at least you got the job done. Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, you're in. Yep, it's that simple. Hope this business with Rake's taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm gonna send someone after you. We clear?
I hope she's not fine as shit. Best decision you ever made.
Yeah? Last person who said that was Rake. So you've already dug yourself a hole about 6 feet deep. And now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Spacers call it the key, the fleet calls it home. Head out there as soon as you can. Don't keep me waiting long.
All right, we're gonna report our progress.
Solid docking job there. Nice work.
I had a friend on the Ragana.
Yes, what?
I hope I'll be able to see him next time we're on shore leave.
Damn. Could have blown that shit up.
Pardon.
This guy should be pleased.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Hey.
There's my girl. I like her. She's
You
alright.
have anything to report?
Sure
We
do.
got the message from the Ragana about Austin Rick. We had him dropped off at a separate port, off the books. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for.
I'm glad he surrendered. I did not want to kill anyone.
That's a smart line to follow. Part of this role you're playing means having to make hard choices. Just remember not to lose yourself in the part. Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack Neva's ship. There was concern after what happened with the Ragana that you might have trouble earning Neva's trust. Coming
Makes
to
sense,
her
actually.
rescue ensured that would not be a problem.
That was actually pretty smart.
Ah, so I take it you have good news. Were you able to join the fleet?
It was a clever plan.
It's a dangerous plan, and you came awfully close to
Can't
killing
even
an
give him a
innocent
compliment.
crew.
No, I
Luckily,
didn't.
you have a good head on your shoulders.
There we go.
And did the right thing. Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on Saoirse was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on her good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet.
What do you know about her?
The woman has a record that could stretch across Sol and back. She started young as one of Neon's street rats, and worked her way up to second in command. She's a force to be reckoned with, so don't underestimate her.
I won't. Everyone's been telling me what a badass she is. Yeah, it's all going according to plan so far.
Yes, you passed your first test and you're still alive. But before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing, or she intends to make an example of you later. Just remember, these are ruthless criminals, so don't let your guard down.
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed with caution, regardless of how well you think you've ingratiated yourself.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda?
They gave me coordinates to their base.
Excellent. If you're heading to the Key, I assume you'll be meeting Delgado soon.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating independently. We will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now, especially while you're on the Key. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to engage with the fleet in the future.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineers and relay the information to the crew. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding your mission. It certainly increased my estimates on success. Keep up the good work. We'll expect further reports. Dismissed.
Nice. All right, we're getting along a little better. I'm still not crazy about him.
0 casualties. Nicely done.
Thanks, man.
Drank too much coffee last night.
Oh.
Need to swap shifts.
You should meet my buddy on the ship.
This is just the beginning, but it's an important first step.
We don't have a... Things are progressing rather quickly. I'm sure the commander is pleased.
Yeah, why do you hold prisoners here?
2 reasons. First, Commander Akande's playing this operation extremely close to the vest.
I know.
That means keeping prisoners under his own roof until this is resolved. Second,
This is so illegal.
This is an undercover mission. For our safety and yours, we need to keep these prisoners out of the spotlight.
I'd like to turn everybody in, here and the fleet. Fuck both sides, honestly. You're upgrading your shields?
That's right. It's something we've requested a while ago, in preparation for a future conflict with the fleet. Once we finalize everything and run a few tests, we'll have the defenses needed for a jump to the Crick system when the time comes.
Any info on the Crimson Fleet?
Sure. We have a database of profiles you can read, which should help you ingratiate yourself with the group. However, the profiles are a guide, not gospel. Use what you can, fill in the blanks, and play off that. I imagine when you're done, you'll be able to generate far more accurate profiles than what we have in our system.
Yeah. Why is it called the Crux system?
The system was originally called
Big John
Alpha
Kruk fans.
Ophiuchi, until a flag was planted there by Jasper Crix, the founder of the Crimson Fleet. Since it was crucial that space travelers avoided that system, navigators marked it as Crix on star maps as a warning. They could have just as easily labeled it Crimson Fleet, so I'm guessing the pirates themselves were responsible for spreading their leader's name. Over the years, people forgot the system's original designation and started calling it the Crix system. It's been that way ever since. Good luck on the key.
The key.
We've been trying for years to get someone on the inside, and now we have it.
Here's the medical supplies. You know, somebody else might need them more.
Thank you. I wasn't sure what you were planning to do with them, or if you still needed them for your cover. We'll make sure they get transported to their original destination.
Yeah.
Best of luck. You are headed into a
I
slave
don't want
pit.
to talk to him that way.
Be sure to watch your step.
Come on.
Be careful. Don't underestimate the Crimson Fleet.
What's your primary directive here at SysDef?
Our directive is
Kill the
simple.
fleet.
We are tasked with the eradication of space piracy in the settled systems. As the chief source of pirate activity, the Crimson Fleet is our primary target.
I wasn't gonna go crazy pirating supplies anyway. Now here and there could be useful, but we can get around it. I'm sure we'll learn how. Why doesn't the UC send a fleet to attack the key?
I've asked my superiors the same thing. But the Council is resistant to the notion that the Crimson Fleet is a serious threat. They perceive the pirates as simple opportunists and thieves, willing to betray each other the moment a better offer arrives. In actuality, I believe the fleet is a massive threat, one that's growing more and more organized as the years pass.
Why are you so determined to destroy them?
They're a menace to civilized society. They attack supply ships, terrorize systems, and kill
All true,
innocents,
by the way.
all under a banner of greed.
All true.
It's not just that.
It's the only reason I
strongly
sided with
believe
this
that the
asshole.
UC has a duty to destroy the
My
Crimson
hate for the Crimson Fleet.
After all, it was our fault that the Crimson Fleet was unleashed upon the settled systems in the first place.
Really? How did that come about?
I'm not at liberty to explain the origin of the Crimson Fleet right now.
It came from
But suffice to
SysDef.
say, it's a massive embarrassment to the UC. All I can tell you is that the key and the planet that it's orbiting once belonged to the United Colonies. They were lost to those pirates. The Crimson
Take it
Fleet
back.
is a product of our negligence, and I aim to rectify that mistake.
He's very underhanded ways he's going about it, but he sure sounds determined. How critical was the cargo being delivered to New Homestead?
Extremely critical. It's unfortunate that Regana caught itself in the crossfire of Neva Mora's personal vendetta. Fortunately, your actions allowed the Regana to reach New Homestead with its cargo intact. And you even returned the extra supplies that were jettisoned. We'll make sure they find the right home.
All right, see ya.
Report back when you're done.
Obviously. Look, I'm on a leash. I want to
First
fucking
mission
get
in
off the
books,
leash
no
here.
casualties. Good work.
Thank you, Ensign. I'm sure it's going to get tougher, huh? What else we got around
Got a
here?
wager going over whether the fleet would let you in or leave you for dead. And, unless you're a zombie, I owe the ops team lunch.
Damn, bet against me.
The fleet call us sharks. They know what happens when we see red.
Oh, hotshot. Oh, this is the actual ship part of it. Pretty cool looking. Damn, they got it. This is how I want my shit to look.
Mission takes priority.
This big ass setup here in the
Back in
front.
basic training, I had the record for fleet kills.
Commander Ikonde is the heart and soul of UC.
Cool.
Time off. That's the
I
first
follow
place
him
I'm
to the
jumping.
ends of the
All
galaxy.
right, Sulu.
Excuse me.
I think I want something like that. It's pretty cool. Especially with the big crew we're trying to get. Wanted to come here and report about the terror morph. And that we need to take that sample to the doctor and the nice lady we met out there.
Look who's back. All set with that probationary mission?
Oh, yeah.
Give me your debrief and formally welcome
Super
you to
easy.
the Vanguard whenever you're ready.
Well, listen, there was this whole thing. There was a terror morph, and I got a tissue sample, and now I got to take it over to Mars, and yeah,
A terror? What?
yeah.
How did you walk away with the terramorph tissue sample running comms repairs? What happened to the settlers?
Things didn't go as advertised. Only one alive was a researcher who gave me a sample and a gene tag. Well, no survivors, sir. All lost to a terramorph, which I killed.
You killed a terramorph?
Mm-hmm.
On your first mission?
Correct.
If I could be frank for a moment, holy shit. Above and beyond doesn't really begin to describe it now, does it?
Can we cut that 10-year wait for citizenship down?
But, if none of the settlers made it, who's got you delivering the sample?
Her name was Hadrian here. Said I should show you this.
Hadrian. Sanan. I know that name. Let me check the database. Huh. A lot of this data's been classified. Here we go. Service record. Wow. That's a lot of commendations. Seems like she served with distinction as co-head of a UC Xenoweapons division. Faced tribunal at the end of the Colony War. And was dismissed from duty. Guess that's why I'd heard the name before. If she's former Xeno warfare, though, well, we can at least be sure she knows her aliens.
How do we know she isn't one? What if they turn into them? I feel like there's a lot going on there. Yeah, that does not sound good.
I'm sure she doesn't list it at the top of her resume. But considering her service record and her area of expertise, I'm not seeing a reason to think this request is anything other than genuine. Did your survivor, Hadrian, did she mention why she thinks this sample's so special?
Yeah. Could be more attacks like the one that wiped out the people.
She thinks there could be more of these? Well, this is one of the more surprising debriefs I've ever been a part of. But if Hadrian Sanan thinks this sample needs to get to Mars, then we're gonna make sure it gets to Mars. I'll take care of the clearances and ensure you get your credits. Consider these your first official orders. And here, so everyone knows you're working with the Vanguard. Welcome to the Navy, Captain. Vanguard's also got some custom ship modifications. You'll be clear for access to them next time you're down at the spaceport. Talk to ship services. Now,
cool.
if there wasn't anything else, I suggest you move out.
Ooh. Supra Ed Ultra Trophy. Okay. Man, I really don't want to get deep into these missions, but it feels like they're both urgent. You know what I mean? These aren't really missions we could put off. Just hanging out in this little dining room library area here with our girl Sarah. She has something she wants to talk about. Surprise, surprise. But we don't mind. We like all the Sarah Morgan interactions. So let's hear what you got to say, Sarah.
Here, I have something for you.
Something for me. You shouldn't have.
Oh, you're incorrigible. I picked it up on one of our latest planetary expeditions. I'm more than just an extra gun, you know.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, I appreciate the effort.
I'm just pleased I get to utilize some of my old field collecting skills. It's been a while. Check back with me from time to time after we return from our planetary jaunts. If I pick anything up, it's all yours.
What a sweetheart. She gave me a membrane root. Well, you know, it's the thought that counts. We did go on a very long planetary journey here. We pretty much explored all of Jemison? I forget now. Nice moments with Sarah Morgan.
Thanks for taking time to chat. I really need a friendly ear right about now.
What's
I
going
received
on?
a message from Constellation, and it's given me a lot to think about.
What? Hope it isn't bad news.
Not at all. It's just a list of requests, but when you read between the lines, it's obvious my absence is causing issues.
Are you upset that I'm keeping you away from the lodge?
You're not keeping me out here. I am. Just... Here. Let me explain.
Okay.
Before I joined Constellation, I served
don't feel like
for
she's
8
breaking up
years
with me.
as the head of the Navigator Corps, until the UC decided to axe the department.
Must be painful considering that was your department.
Yeah, I suppose painful is an appropriate way to put it. You see, the top brass demanded press-worthy discoveries to justify the spending, and money was tight after the war. Shutdown was inevitable. At the end of the day, I was in charge, so the blame obviously fell on my shoulders.
It is ridiculous to accept all the blame.
Oh, like hell I can't. You once told me that you favored the journey over the destination. So I'm hoping you'll understand what I'm trying to say. I failed because I was more concerned about exploring the stars than pushing a pencil. If I had fought harder, I'm convinced our division may have had a chance to prove its value.
No matter how hard you fight, there are some battles you can't win.
That's just it, though. They left me to my own devices, and yet I somehow screwed everything up.
At least Constellation has been a great success.
Well, that brings us to this message now, doesn't it? Call it whatever you want. My drive, my initiative, my optimism. It's been my greatest strength and my worst nightmare. It elevates me to these positions of authority, but all I want to do is explore, not sit and make sure all the accounts are balanced.
So let's explore. Maybe you should resign your position as chair and just explore.
Oh, you have no idea how tempting that sounds.
Let's do it.
But then dumping everything I've worked so hard to achieve. It's like I've wasted another decade of my life. I can't do that. Ah, so frustrating.
I think they go hand in hand. Don't worry, Sarah. We'll figure this out together.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh, here you are trying to help me and I'm yelling at you.
It's okay.
You have to understand. Once Aja retired,
Aja,
I lost
again.
the only person that gave a damn.
I'll always be here for you, Sarah.
Look, it's clear that you have feelings for me.
Kind
it's
of.
just...
I mean,
I've
it's
never
early.
had time for this sort of thing in my life. Please, it's not you. It's me. I'm just not ready to get that close. I can't. Not now.
I understand.
But thank you
I'm not
for
pushing.
being there and listening. It helped. It really did.
Well, that's good. That was an interesting talk. That was good. That wasn't like your usual all happy or all pissed off. It was kind of, it felt more real. Felt like almost like I was in a real conversation there for a second. That's what games should be. They should be immersive. That was wonderful, actually. All right, Sarah. Well,
Can I help?
I think it's time you go back to the ship.
Okay, but I have to say, I don't like being left behind.
What? What do you mean left behind? You're at the lodge. He's doing what I would do in this situation. Taking a little walk, clearing your head. You know, it's clear. You gotta give Sarah some space. Come on, man. Don't push. You're pushing. No more, don't be so flirty. Give her some time. She gets the message. Look how beautiful this game is. I love role-playing it, you know? You already figured that out if you've been watching. So I just wanted to show everybody my absolute abomination of a ship. So the bad news is I created this hunk of junk. The good news is I managed to take my ship pretty much completely apart and add a bunch of stuff, and it looks like ass. But I put it back together and it flies. It's nominal. Get a load of that beauty because it's the last time you're ever going to see it. Look at how I put this up front. I had to see what it looked like on the inside. It doesn't show you. That's a small complaint for the shipbuilder. You should be able to see what it looks like on the inside, at least a picture, so I know what I'm getting myself into. But you see how weird it is. It's very cramped. I know that's just the style, but, you know, this is the, I like that they have a bed. Sarah was sleeping on that for a second. That was cool. Where the fuck do I even go from here? See, I'm already lost. You know, it's one floor. Hey, Sarah. How's it going? But we have a lot of shit here, at least. It's just really disorganized and all over the place. I think this is like a dining room. I don't even know. All right, I am still going to play around with the design and add some more to it. But I think we have a semi-decent starship that we made from scratch. Now I know it's, you know, nothing to people who actually make these things, but it's only the second ship that I've created. Yeah, I know, like I said, it's not the prettiest thing, but it almost looks like a little airplane. We got double engines, actually 4 engines in the back. We got the cheapos on top of each other because that really helped out our mobility a lot. We have a lot going on, as you'll see when we get inside. All right, here we go. I added some stuff to it. Decorations, I guess you could say. You know, I'm not saying I'm any good at this. I know I'm not. But hey, I think it kind of looks like a fucking ship. You know? I think it could be worse. Definitely not like a endgame ship or anything like that. But for my second try at making one of these, I'm pretty happy with it. All right, we are done. We are finished playing around with it, ladies and gentlemen. This is Origins. Oh boy. Okay, wait, did we get the color on this bad boy? All right, I messed around with it just one last time. I know I keep going back to it. I made the undercarriage of it, like the landing gear and the engines white. So this is probably going to be the final edition of Origins. So look at those numbers. Not bad. We have a lot of engines. Some of them are shitty, but whatever. Gets the job done. We got up to max crew 5 on this fucking thing, which I think is pretty crazy. Mobility's good. Look at that cargo. Solid. We improved our shields a little bit. We improved our missile launcher a shitload. I'm pretty excited. I'm happy with it. I know it's not, you know, it's not beautiful. And there's a lot I could probably do with it. But for my second attempt, all I wanted was a decent-sized ship for us to go out on and have our first big adventures. The Frontier wasn't going to cut it, and this ship, while it was okay, was still not going to cut it. So we have a lot more space, a lot more room. Let's check it out in person. Confirm. He's looking at me like, what did you just make? All right, there she is.
Kind of breaking my concentration.
Yeah, same to you. So there she is. I like when you could see it up close. After what you just made, my missile launch is up there looking pretty cool. Looks neat. I don't think it looks half-ass bad, honestly. The engines are a little funky. As you see, we need a lot of power to get all this shit around. Got our cargo up there. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. The USS Origins. Or the UC Origins, or whatever the fuck. Origins, that's all it's called. Origins. Alright, so let's take a tour. First thing, of course, is the ladder. Kind of unavoidable. Let's go from this side. Not the most convenient, but, you know. Other than that, it's pretty... I like the way it's laid out. Alright, so... This is the same. Cockpit is the same. We're gonna have this door open. I don't like when it's closed. I wish that was all part of it, so it was more like a bridge. But when the door's open, you know, it's good enough. Now this is new. I just added this here. We're gonna keep all these doors open. See how nice? Pretty cool. I like that. So this is the workshop. We got the industrial workbench. I haven't even looked at all that they've given me here. Research lab, spacesuit workbench. Pretty awesome. Cool. And what's this one? Weapon workbench. It's got all the workbenches I was missing. The workshop tab takes care of a lot for you. You don't even have to make those individually. And then here we wanted to give them a little place for rest and relaxation. This is Nova Galactic. This is the original one, the kind of NASA-ish one. I actually liked this one more. I think it's kind of cool. Some beds back here. And this leads to the captain's quarters, which I thought was appropriate to have those connected. And I like this captain's quarters. This is... I forget which one. Disol? I don't know. Here he is.
It must be great to be
It is
able
great.
to see yourself whenever you want.
It's nice.
I bet your whole house is full of mirrors.
This is cool. I wish you could watch TV over here. It'd be neat. So yeah, captain's quarters. You got your navigation. It's mostly for scenery and, you know, to hang out and shit, which I like. Do I have a shower back here? I do. I have one back there. That's cool. What do you do? Hey, what are you doing in the captain's quarters? All right, whatever. Don't ask any questions. That's for the crew. That's for me. And you get out here and we get to our, like I said, our research and workbench and all that shit we're going to get into eventually. This leads you back. Same as it was before. And this will lead into the control room, which this room here gives us 4 crew. That's why we got so much. Our crew went up just from this room right here. I don't think there's much we could do with it, but I think it looks pretty cool. Little computer room. It's very easy to navigate, which I like. And then last but definitely not least, we've got the science lab. Of course, I was about to say, I think Sarah's going to be in here. Science Officer Sarah. I've been saying that. Yes. Hard at work. In the science lab that we have now. And like I said, here we have the pharmaceutical lab. I think we have everything. I think we have all the... We have a duplicate here with this research lab, though. But that's okay. Sarah's using that one in my head. Not the adoring fan hard at work sweeping up my captain's quarters. I think you missed a spot, my man. I'm not mad at you. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Just keep it up. Just keep doing what you're doing. When you're done with that, wipe this table down. There might be something under that coffee. A little condensation, you know what I'm saying?